going on, everybody? My name is Jason. I work at All Out Bikes in Four Oaks, North Carolina, and every day for the month of December I'm going to be pulling bikes out from my personal collection. They're going to be collectible bikes, they're going to be rare bikes, or just plain unique. So be sure to subscribe to see what comes next. Today's bike of the day is not a bike. It's actually a trike. I do read y'all's comments, and I actually read one of the commenters talking about how they wish that we showed some older bikes. Well, most of these bikes that I get are actually local bikes that have actually come in here, or bikes that I've found while I'm at flea markets or yard sales. And most of the old bikes around here really don't go beyond the 50s. I mean, we're in North Carolina, and there was not a lot around here, so a lot of the bikes that are here either came from rich families or from people moving to North Carolina from another area. And here we have this. Okay, so me and my brother were actually hanging out, and we went to a local flea market, and we were walking along, and I saw this from a distance, and I was kind of working my way over there, and my brother had spotted it, and he wanted me to come over and check it out. Now, the guy was asking $50 for this, and me and my brother were looking at it, and it was pretty cool. Now, I think my brother might have actually talked him down a little bit more than so it might have gotten down to more like $35 or something like that. Either way, it was an inexpensive, unique thing. So my brother bought it for me. Thanks, bro. I do appreciate it. But he has left me with a huge puzzle. I have been searching the internet, trying to figure this thing out, and gathering all the information that I've got from the 29 years working in a bike shop and seeing older bicycles and older trikes. As far as I can tell, from what I'm seeing here, this looks like it's from the 1930s. And from the pictures that I'm showing you, if y'all know what this is, I would greatly appreciate a comment as far as what you think this is. The only clues that I've got, and keep in mind, I believe this is from the 30s. It could be older, it could be newer. I doubt it is newer. But as far as the things that I'm seeing, is just the way it's made. And the solid rubber tires were popular because, well, they were actually easier to manufacture back then, and also the benefits of the solid rubber tires is if you run over a thorn or something like that, you didn't have to worry about flats, because if you had a flat, then the closest store that carried a replacement tire or tube for this, it was very far and few between. All the screws that are on here that use a screwdriver, they all are using flathead screws. They didn't use Phillips heads until many years later. Also, the other fasteners that are on this, instead of being a hex head like we're used to today, these are all square. Not all of them, just most of them. We've got a square nut here. We've got a square bolt there. We have a square bolt there. So a lot of square parts. Of course, we've got the hex head right there, which is what we're used to, and there's a small hex head here. This has a skip tooth chain. Okay, a skip tooth chain is unique because it has two links close together with a large space, two more links close together in a large space. So they call that a skip tooth, or a 1-inch pitch. The solid metal seat, this thing is incredibly thick. This is a very solid seat. The weight on this, I weighed this, and it weighs 28 pounds. And for a little kid back then, 28 pounds was a lot to lug around. especially with 3 wheels. It does, or I did notice that it's got some original Schwinn pedals. Well, the question is this an early Schwinn? Could it be from the late 1800s or the early 1900s? Probably not. They probably ruined the pedals, and in the 50s they probably replaced the pedals with what the local bike shop had, which were these Schwinn pedals. The cranks are very unique looking. I love the chain guard here, all the little holes that are drilled into the guard here. That's pretty cool. The fork that's on this, I thought this fork was actually bent and they turned the fork around, but whenever I'm looking at it, it does not look like it's actually bent. I was about ready to bend it forward, but I'm not entirely sure it's actually wrong, because normally whenever it's bent, you actually notice that things don't look right. And it's possible that this fork that's just the design. I'm not entirely sure. So again, I'm pleading with y'all, if anybody knows what this is, to leave in the comments what this bike or trike is, because I wouldn't mind cleaning this up, repainting it, and maybe trying to bring it back to its former glory. I can certainly make it look a lot better than it is right now, because this one has been painted I don't know how many times, and it's had some repair work. Somebody did a pretty good weld there on the handlebar, because that handlebar did break. So if you enjoyed this video, please leave me a big thumbs up. Don't forget to tell your friends. Check out some of the other videos on the corner of the screen. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Thanks.